Certainly, we're at rock bottom in terms of the relationship between President Obama and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Totally rock bottom. It won't recover. But of course, this administration's out in 3 weeks, and then the new administration will have a new, and I think much better relationship. I think we can fairly confidently predict that.
Any plans for the holidays?
You know, they're almost over. There's substantial suspicion that the U.S. was behind it. Certainly the U.S. knew it was in the resolution. Whether it orchestrated or not, I don't know. I think the Israelis believe that was the case. There were meetings between the U.S. and New Zealand. It's likely they certainly knew what was in it. And the Obama administration and President Obama himself had always promised, we will not support, we will not enable an unbalanced resolution at the UN. Well, this could not be more unbalanced. Israel is criticized throughout. Nothing is demanded of the Palestinians. Nothing is asked of the Palestinians. No blame is put on the Palestinians for the lack of peace over the past 8 years. It is an entirely unbalanced resolution. The president knew that, and they knew what they were doing when they enabled it.
Yeah, I actually love being in Washington this time of year.
Well, there's plenty to do, absolutely. Look, for years we've talked about the possibility of a two-state solution. A two-state solution comes about by Israel trading land for peace. It has to be recognized that Israel holds that land. I think it holds it legally. We can talk about how. And was willing to give that land up in exchange for a promise of peace. Essentially, the UN resolution says, no, Israel, you don't really own that land. We think you should give it back, even if the Palestinians don't agree to peace. At this point, why would the Palestinians sit down and negotiate? They haven't been willing to negotiate for 8 years without preconditions and concessions in advance. And why should the Israelis sit down? Although I think they're willing to, there's nothing to talk about at this moment. What has to be seen is where this takes us. And I think it's going to mean more violence, because the rejectionists, those who say their goal is to wipe Israel off the face of the earth. That includes Hamas, which rules Gaza. That includes the Palestinian Islamic Jihad. It includes a lot of groups. They're going to say this is the time for us to rise up, because the UN is saying this land belongs to us, not Israel. We don't have to give them anything. And as for Abbas and Fatah and the Palestinian Authority, I don't think they can make any concessions at this point, so why would they negotiate? We're working through. I'll go out for New Year's with my wife. That's it.
That's kind of what I'm.
Were the Israelis now to say, okay, we asked nothing in return, we're leaving the West Bank, they know there would soon be missiles fired from the West Bank at Israeli population centers and the one airport that they have. They know that. Obama doesn't seem to know that. Kerry doesn't seem to know that. I don't understand how they can be so confused. It's been busy. It's been a really busy week. Yeah. Of course, we had